Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Friday the 13th. I think you'd imagine that was yesterday, judging by the amount that the markets dropped. Anyway, so what we got in store for today? Well, not a lot is the answer in terms of news events. We got the consumer sentiment, US consumer sentiment at 2 p.m. and that's it. So nothing to report on that basis. So that's made this really quick, hasn't it? For the rest of it then, let's look euro dollar then, and well, yesterday continued to sell off. Huge range yesterday relative to what we've been seeing for quite some time. In fact, it was the biggest ranging day for a long time. I'm not going to tell you exactly. I'll have to have a look to tell you that, but it's a long time. Take my word for it. Anyway, I can tell by the candle. Look, it's looking like it may even continue in this move. I was looking first thing this morning and wondering, well, is that the bottom in, and are we going to see a reversal? But the way it's already started selling before 8 o'clock, maybe not. It may be as simple this morning looking at this as just waiting for the breakdown at 1150 area, but I've got a feeling if you did that, it may bite you. So at this stage, I think it's just a bit of patience, wait and see if it does break down, pull back into a retrace and sell into that, as opposed to trying to just take the absolute breakdown there of the 1150. But it does look soft. I'm just waiting a second, and I may actually have a bit of extra information. In fact, I've just dragged in the order book here that I'm looking at, and there's actually net sell orders sitting below, so any sort of movement beyond that sort of area may see, as I said, was I saying 1150? Well, buy orders up until that point, but now look, it's all gone a bit sort of Pete Tong there, so there's sell orders sitting below there, so anything that pushes down, there is a potential it could obviously sell off there and easier. Now that said, there are have been I was looking at it yesterday, a raft of buy orders above the opposite side, but these aren't getting a look in, but maybe proper reversal could get a good short squeeze going on there, but for now I think people rather to be in the dollar than they are the euro, and that's how we see it. So that's where we are looking at the order book there as well. So the pound, I may have to switch this pound a little bit as I'm going through it, but the pound been selling off strongly again this week. Yesterday another really big down day, and it's near enough for looking as far back as I can. Here's probably just about the biggest ranging day. Looking really soft where it's sitting, but consolidation, is this going to roll? And we'll see. But it had an extreme, it worked off that extreme, it's sort of building up, it's got its daily pivot above, and the question is, of course, is it going to hit the daily pivot? I would quite like to sell into that daily pivot if it gets there. There is also a trend line that's rising along this rising highs, higher lows coming through here. I'd be also potentially looking on the sell side there, but I'd just give it a chance, a bit like the euro there. We'll just give it a chance. There wasn't a divergence back here because we didn't have a lower low, but I'd say I would just have a bit of patience with this morning. So that's why I'm sitting with the pound, the yen. If I press the right button, that would be good. There we go, the yen. So yen yesterday again, largest range, not as big as the others. It was a bit more unstable in terms of God knows where it's going. And it chopped around a little bit, lost, gave quite a bit back in the afternoon session there, but there we go. It's in fact, if you're looking at it on this basis, you'd say with the higher lows, higher highs, perhaps it's got further upside there, and it is softening. It's the one thing is, it seems to be that the risk is certainly not going to the yen at the moment so much as it normally is. In this week, it's the yen has really trended up a little bit this week, whereas generally the risk money goes to the yen, but it doesn't seem to be wanting to go there so much. It's going more towards the dollar. Okay, Aussie dollar. Another one sold off. Big day, not as the biggest range it's had, but it's another big day there. And again, the dollar is the net gainer of all of these. Consolidating again where it is. It could be just wait for this. This is the calm before the storm again, potentially. I am looking at these in trend. I know they pulled a long way away from trend. Sorry, I don't know why I came down to a 5-minute chart there. Again, this could just sort of continue this roll downwards. It is looking soft, but it may be just patience needed just post 8 o'clock. Just give it a few minutes to see what it does. It might, of course, in that time just roll, but sometimes I just get this suspicion that these markets may. This is such a you get this sort of almost pessimistic view. It's so strong that nobody believes it. Canadian dollar, the risk sits there quite strong, as I've said quite a while back now, with the price of oil on the being cut. It really is going to have a knock-on negative effect fundamentally. Of course, that doesn't stop any retracements, and we're seeing one such retracement potentially at the moment. Still got this gap to fill at some stage, but we've got a gap going back to 2017 on the euro. It's still not filled. Where to on this at the moment? Well, as I say, it's pulling back at this stage. Lower highs coming in on the 60 minutes just about. I don't trust it particularly, and as I said, the fundamental risk is to see more upside there. So if anything, if you wanted to trade it, maybe looking for a trend change at some point back to the upside on the shorter time frames. Any signals there, but there we are. Okay, that's pretty much it. If we could have a quick look at the S&Ps. I know a lot of people want to have a look. Oops, I'll get the right chart. So I'll show you the S&Ps on. Here's the S&Ps. Not looking pretty. This is futures, so bit of a bounce through to this morning there, from obviously a key trend line there. I've got it on. Let's just go out to a monthly and see what that trend line is. Wow. Okay. We were looking at this some time back in terms of corrections, and there you go. It's got back to quite a significant trend line there, and it's having a bit of a bounce off there. Already had a decent bounce, but we've got the plunge prevention team and everyone else doing their best to avoid this market just rolling and rolling. A lot of money in the US being spent trying to buy back stocks, but we'll see what happens at the moment. Well, could be on for its R1 at this rate, but would I trust it? So that's where we are. I'm going to call it a day. I wish you a great day, great weekend. Bye for now.